Ahoy! New World's bans have been adjusted, we're getting a double XP week, and Siege of Sulfur is actually worth doing now. These are the three topics for today. Let's begin with the smaller ones and then get into the bigger one. So it seems that the bans that were handed out for exploiting the glitched server situation were at least somewhat adjusted. People are saying that appeals didn't go through yet, haven't been checked yet, but the temporary bans that were handed out were adjusted from previously being until Saturday in my case to now being until Friday, so an actual 6-day ban instead of the previous 7-day ban. I'm not sure if this is a correction to match the days with the actual date, or if this is an actual intended adjustment, or if when this is over the ban will just be extended anyways, because they're still looking into the stuff. Unclear, but I have seen this adjustment on my account, and I'm curious if any of you that have been banned have seen adjustments as well in either direction. Next we have the first double XP week starting now. This gives you a double gathering XP, so like mining and harvesting and so on, which is particularly nice if you're leveling a character on the PvP server. It doesn't give you that much extra leveling XP, but it gives you a lot of extra gathering XP, so you can max out those trade skills quicker, or rather get them to 150, which is really all you need. But the real big deal of this patch is the Siege of Sulfur 2025, which had some adjustments, and I've seen people say that that's not worth it for anyone at all, and I strongly disagree with that. If you're new and you're unfamiliar with the concept, it's just a usual world event. In this particular one, you need to defend some eggs in different spots on the map, and then the more eggs you're able to defend, the bigger the reward that you get in return is. The event takes place in Brightwood, Ebonscale Reach, Eden Grove, Morningdale, and Brimstone Sands, though the Brightwood one in particular has a tendency to bug out, so hopefully that won't be the case this year. The event runs through most of February, from February 4th to February 24th, so you have quite a fair bit of time to farm. The key change is that the gear now drops at 700 gear score, and there are named items at 710 gear score. So as you can see, the rewards scale with the amount of eggs you defend. If you defend one egg, you get one gear score 700 item, some level appropriate consumables, a chance at some random loot, as well as a 50% chance to get one obsidian gypsum. And you can get this 3 times per day. If you defend 2 eggs, you get 1 to 2 procedural items instead, and you also have an 80% chance at the gypsum. And then if you defend 3 eggs, you get 2 items guaranteed, as well as 1 guaranteed obsidian gypsum. Additionally, you can get bonus rewards 3 times per day, so you can get 1 700 gear score procedural weapon, 1 700 gear score procedural armor piece, and some dark matter, 100 dark matter, as well as a 30% chance to get one of the 6 710 legendary pieces. So, given this is a 3 rolls per day thing, you technically have a 90% chance of getting one of the pieces per day. You also have a 25% chance for the Sandworm Egg Housing item and a 2% chance for the Mini Shanesian Helm, and the chance for that one increases with every run. So, what do these items actually look like in the Siege of Sulfur spoils? First, we have the armor pieces. All of these come with chitin padding or acid resistance already slotted, 700 gear score, and the base perk here is health. Along with that, you have a perk bucket with a high chance for refreshing, a decent chance for things like freedom, slash conditioning, thrust conditioning, strike conditioning, and then not too far off you also have elemental aversion, for example. Similarly, you also have enchanted ward. While many people don't consider health the best in slot perk in most situations anymore, it is still a very solid all-rounder, and you can combine it here with other perks that are useful for secondary sets at least. I think particularly for PvE, these are some solid baseline pieces. Again, easy refreshing, easy conditioning along with that. And if you want to use them for the Devourer, you can also use the chitin padding here. So otherwise also nice gear to have if you're planning to do acid chest runs. Not best in slot by any means, but again, I don't think 700 gear score is as bad as some people think. And especially for people who are playing on the new PvP servers, this is a very nice way to get an easy baseline of 700 gear that you can use whenever your ethereal gear breaks, or gets taken from you, and same obviously for the Conqueror's gear. And I'm assuming that is the main purpose for these pieces and why they are made available relatively early in the season, so it's a very nice catch-up once you hit level 65 to get some solid-ish gear right away. Even though I don't know how contested the Siege of Sulfur event will be. Along with that, all the weapons come with enchanted, so solid perks there as well. Not best in slot for most weapons, once again, but something that gives you a decent baseline at 700 gear score. But it goes beyond that. We have the Oasis of Life here, which is a 7-10 locked named life staff. Can't be upgraded, can't be changed. But the perks are Blessed, Fortifying Sacred Ground, and Refreshing Move. So if you don't have Heketa yet, which takes quite a while to grind, then this is a very nice way to bridge the gap, in my opinion. Also, if you, for example, just run Healer as a secondary set or something, there's no reason not to get this. Heatstroke is a blunderbuss with Keenly Empowered, Shrapnel, Blast, and Refreshing. I would say that's not quite that great. Don't really see where people would use that, even with the illegal perk here. And Stalker's Sand is a hatchet with Transient Rend, Refreshing Torrent, and Keen. Also not super high value because of the Transient Rend. Dunewinds, however, is nice. An Ice Gauntlet with Vicious, Keenly Jagged, and Unbroken Winds. So if you're going for a Wind Chill build, then this is a very nice one to have. And consider that a Wind Chill build is something that people would probably not want as their primary build as much, but rather as a secondary fun build. So having a quick 7-10 option for that without having to invest anything into it, in my opinion, very good. Sunseal is a light chest with Constitution, Vigor, Elemental Version, and Refreshing. The Constitution kind of ruins it a little bit, though with the changes now, maybe Constitution can be used a bit better. And then Elemental Version Refreshing is nice, but Vigor, not great. But again, if you don't have anything better on the PvP server yet, why not? Same applies for Bloodwalker, the light footwear with Constitution, Refreshing, Shuriken Fortification, and Invigorated. Not really the perk combination you would want to have, but still okay if it's the first one you get. I think for players that are grinding extensively and focusing on getting bis, most of these pieces don't offer all too much, but as secondary sets or as sets for the PvP server, I think they are very nice. And for players that are not grinding as much, I think they're a solid baseline as well. I also don't think an event like this should offer anywhere near complete best in slot at max gear score, so even the live staff at 710 is already pretty strong for how relatively easy it will be to get. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and clicking the bell, and if you'd like to support me further, then you can do so on my Patreon. Thanks to all my patrons for already doing exactly that, and thank you for watching. Sloth, out.